Docker Engine 25 just released and came with a bunch of new features. The one I'm most excited about is the ability to have a startup health check interval that is different than the normal one. Let me show you what that means. So let's say we want to have one of my containers here depend on its database counterpart. Well, we can do that here by setting the condition that it needs to have to serve as healthy. The problem is it's going to be checking every 10 seconds. And it's going to retry 3 times, but it's going to get to 10 seconds before it will say it's healthy, which means that on a new deployment, you're going to have to wait 10 seconds. Your app will be down for a whole 10 seconds. So what we can do instead is we can now add this thing called the start interval. And basically what we're going to say is, hey, we've got a 30-second start period, and we want to check every second to make sure that this is ready to go. What that means is that once the 30 seconds is done and it has failed, or the start interval every 1 second is going to continue to check, it's going to say, hey, are you healthy? 1 second later, hey, are you healthy? 1 second later, are you ready? And it's going to do this by running this health check here. Basically a simple thing that shows the databases, right? If it's not initialized, it's not ready to be used. Once that is healthy, it's going to switch to this interval, which is going to then check every 30 seconds. And this is more of the traditional, make sure the thing is still alive. But we do want something that's going to go quicker. And that's what this one is. So now what we can do is we can set our intervals to a higher number, let's say 30 seconds or 60 seconds. We can still have our start period and our start interval at a much lower time so that we can get to the health check quicker upon startup, making it so that your deployments are that much quicker. They're able to go through basically seamless within about a second or so, depending on your application, instead of needing to wait for the normal interval, which could be much larger. Some people might be checking every 5 minutes that their app is still healthy. You don't want your app to be down for 5 minutes after every deployment. This way, we basically get a very quick initial startup or bootstrap. It's set to healthy, so things like traffic or your proxy will go ahead and send traffic to them. And then you can go to a longer interval afterwards, which is really going to make sure that you don't overwhelm your app with your health checks, but you do get the benefit of doing it very quickly as you're starting.